It claims manufacturers contaminated a North Georgia community's drinking water, poisoning them without permission. That toxin involved is linked to cancer.
Atlanta News First investigative reporter Andy Parati has tracked water contamination in this region for years. He breaks down this brand new lawsuit.
The lawsuit was filed last week on behalf of the Catoosa County government. This map illustrates 4 other Georgia municipalities that filed similar lawsuits over the past few years involving the same group of chemicals, PFAS, also known as forever chemicals. Each suit claims the contamination came from the carpet industry based in the Dalton area. The latest lawsuit claims carpet manufacturer Shaw and Mohawk Industries bathed their products in the chemical cocktail for a quarter of a century. It's used to make carpet water and stain resistant. Byproducts of the chemical waste eventually made its way into the Catoosa County landfill. The county claims water containing high levels of PFAS drained at the bottom of the landfill, called leachate, leaking into the groundwater. A test revealing one forever chemical 445 times higher than the drinking water standards set by the Environmental Protection Agency. The law firm backing the lawsuit, supported by environmental and consumer activist Erin Brockovich. We spoke to her a few weeks ago.
And it's sickening for all of us that we have destroyed the most valuable assets this country has, is our land and our water. So I hope that we need to join together and stand up and fight back.
The carpet manufacturers did not respond to our request for comment, but one of them, Mohawk Industries, filed a lawsuit in December against 3M, which supplied the company with the chemicals, alleging the chemical giant lied to them about the toxin safety. 3M declined to comment. Meanwhile, the law firm working with Erin Brockovich tells me another lawsuit is on the horizon, this one representing land and homeowners. We'll keep you posted. Andy Parati, Atlanta News First, investigates.